Hello everyone. Hope everyone is doing fine. I am Soumya, process consultant from Get Global Immigration Services. We are here at GetGIS, nurture our candidates' dream of migration abroad. Today, we all have gathered here for our webinar session on Canada permanent residence. Our host for today is Afrin Abbasi, who has been into this immigration segment for about 5 years now, and she will be sharing her knowledge about the immigration segment. We have Diksha, Tanushri, and Harita as a panelist to assist you with your questions. So let's start with the webinar. For any concerns or queries, you can all post your questions in Q&A section. Question and answer session will resume after 20 minutes of the session. So kindly stay tuned to get all the immigration related doubts resolved with the webinar session of Get Global Immigration Services. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Soumya, for starting the webinar, for giving a very healthy note on starting the webinar. Hello, everyone. A very warm good evening to all of you, and I hope you all are doing well. And this webinar is related to that we all want to discuss about the very discussed topic in all of the families, between the colleagues, between the benchmates, between the workers with which we are working. And sometimes when we are sitting with our relatives, then this is also a very hot topic, which is always in the discussion. And it's not only about PR, but it's always about Canada PR, because I have personally felt that if we are like attending a marriage, then definitely we will meet someone in the marriage function who will say, oh, you know, my son or my daughter or my niece or any relative is settled into Canada over the Canada PR. Okay. And they will be sponsoring me, or they will be sponsoring any of the other family member, because right nowadays the only country which is giving major of the benefits to the immigrants is the Canada only. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit introduction that how the webinar will gonna take place, in which time sessions we will be covering the which topics, and how we're gonna initiate further. Meanwhile, the team will be sharing a assessment form link or a query form link in the chat box. So I request you to please fill that form, so that once this webinar will be over, team can connect with you to take the feedback. And if you will be having any kind of queries, that will also be sorted out. Okay. So as you all know, the topic for the today's webinar is know about the Canada PR. What will be the key points you will be taking away from the webinar? First thing, that what is Canada PR? How you can apply for the Canada PR, what is the process and the cost involved. So for the first 30 minutes, we will be working on to understanding the things. What is the PR? How you can apply? What are the prerequisites and what are the pre-eligibility check need to apply for the Canada PR? Second thing, we need to understand that what will be the time, what will be the process, and what will be the cost involved. In the third session, we will be working on the question and answer session. Okay. So question and answer session will be resuming like after 30 to 40 minutes of the webinar, where if any one of you have any query which can be resumed or which can be sorted into 2 to 3 minutes only, then I'll be connecting with you each other personally. You can raise your hand and then we can work on that. And then we will sort out the things over here in the webinar only. Okay. One important thing, that after completing the webinar, if any one of you wants to say any kind of question which can be written in the form of a query, so please put your question in the Q&A session, so that the panelists will be able to help you out with that. Okay, so let's start the webinar without wasting the time, and I hope by the end of the webinar you all will be able to have a little bit idea about the Canada PR, and the rest thing that will be left here in the webinar, we will complete that on a one-to-one counseling sessions. Okay. So to the GetGIS Global Immigration Services, it's not only Canada with which we are dealing with the Germany, Sweden, Austria, Australia, and many more countries as well. But as the today's topic is Canada PR, so we will be majorly discussing about the Canada PR only. Before we discuss about the Canada PR, we need to understand that why PR matters to Canada economy. Why Canada government is giving the PR to each and every person who is eligible for that, who is taking the participation in the program, which makes you eligible for applying the Canada PR. So immigration matters to Canada economy, first thing, because due to the immigration, the Canadian labor market meets its specific needs. In the Canada, labor market is very big and it's very diverse. They need the laborers from a part-time labor to a full-time labor, as well as they need a skilled person, unskilled person. They need a professional as well. They need a tech trade worker as well. They need each and every kind of talent in their labor market. That is the reason the Canadian job market is very big and very diverse. Second thing, if they are inviting the immigrants to the Canada PR, this activity creates the job and it attracts the investments actually through the entrepreneurship, because some of the persons between us who are interested to keen to invest in the Canadian economy, they invest there, they found a new startup, they boost the economy, and then they create the jobs for the people like us as well. Okay. Third and the most important thing, it drives the innovation. Okay. So basically, due to this, a lot of things happen. Labor market needs got fulfilled. It drives the innovation and it basically creates the jobs, and it gives the Canadian economy a very diverse nature, as well as it boosts the economy. Okay. Third thing, now you need to understand that what kind of immigrants Canada accept based on the PR. So the immigrants which are accepted on the basis of the Canada PR, they are known as the economic immigrants. So Canada accepts immigrants with skills to keep the economy growing. Definitely, every country wants to grow their economy. And for growing the economy, we need a professional with skills, with education, with good working nature as well. People who apply as economic immigrants are ranked on a point system. So now, what is a point system? What is the eligibility factor? What are the other things that we will gonna discuss in detail in the webinar today itself. And the point system attracts immigrants who will be able to contribute to their new communities. Okay. So basically, point system is a system which is very simple, and that is the reason Canada is the first choice of the persons, because here you can control the process under yourself. The process will be crystal clear. You can have a proper control of the process, what is happening, why this is happening. You can check the things by online yourself. And the best part is the whole process is online. You don't need to rush anywhere. You can apply the Canada PR, being sitting at your place, being in your comfort zone. You don't need to rush here or there for applying the Canada PR. Okay. Before we just move to the Canadian point system, let's understand about the immigration levels plan. That what are the immigration level plans Canadian government has set for the people to whom they are inviting on the Canada PR. Okay. So basically, this is the immigration level plan. Okay. An immigration plan to grow the economy. Even this heading is itself saying a lot of things, that the immigration plan through which they want to grow their economy. So November 1, 2022, Toronto, the Canadian economy has experienced one of the fastest recoveries from the COVID-19 among advanced economic, but is now facing critical labor market shortages, causing uncertainty for Canadian business and workers. They have recovered their economy, but the labor market shortage is something due to which Canada is not recovered till now. So that is the reason Canadian government has released their immigration plans of 2023 to 2025. Okay. In the 2022, the Canadian government welcomed 4,05,000 newcomers. Okay. The most they have welcomed in a single year. And the government is continuing that ambition by setting the targets in the new level plans of welcoming 4,65,000 permanent residents, PR holders in 2023, 2,85,000 in 2024, and 5 lakh in 2025. The plan also brings an increased focus on attracting the newcomers to different regions of the community, including small towns and rural communities also. Okay. Highlights of the plan include that it will be boosting the economy by 60%. New features will be introduced in the express entry system to welcome newcomers with the required skills and qualifications in sectors facing acute labor shortages such as healthcare, manufacturing, building trades, and STEM. Okay. and it will be reuniting the families more faster, and it will support the global crisis, and it will expand the pathways for the economic mobility programs as well. Okay. So this is all about the plans. If you want a more information in the figures, so this is the exact information in the figures, that the economic immigration needs to be happen by the end of 2023 is 4,65,000. By the end of 2024 is the 4,85,000, and by the end of the 2025 it's like 5 lakh. Okay. So now it is very clear that Canadian government is having some kind of the point system, and what we understand through this point system. Okay. So applicants needs to get points for the following criteria, which is age, level of education, their English and language French skill. And why we are considering both of the languages, because these are the only two languages which are used in Canada. Your work experience, if you have any family living in Canada, that will also be gonna considered. Your post-secondary education in Canada, job offer, those with the highest scores are invited to come to Canada. Okay. So when we are talking about the Canada PR, we should be aware of the program name, that what is the program name on which the Canadian PR works. So the program name is Federal Skilled Worker Program, FSW. Okay. And the portal name or the entry name which we submit to get the PR is the Express Entry profile, and the portal name is the Express Entry portal. Okay. So the Federal Skilled Worker Program is consists of two things: Express Entry plus Provincial Nomination Program. Okay. So the Express Entry Program is a kind of central government program, and PNP is a kind of state government program. I hope you all are aware that in Canada, states are known as provinces. Okay. And there are 10 provinces in Canada with the 3 territories as well. Okay. And the capital of the Canada is Ottawa. And the biggest cities are considered of Ontario and British Columbia, with developing are the Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. And then rest are coming into the Atlantic provinces just because of a little bit colder temperature. That's it. But all of the provinces has their own set of demand of occupations. They have their own set of demand of salary, labor market needs, wages, every other thing. Okay. So let's discuss about this more point system, that how this gonna work. Okay. So basically, eligibility for FSW program for Canada. Before going to the point system, let's have an idea that what is the basic eligibility. If we don't want to know how to calculate the points, how we will get to know whether am I eligible for applying for the Canada PR or not. Okay. So the very first thing is we need a graduate degree. Second thing, we need minimum 1 year of work experience in a single occupation, which should be a full-time work experience. Okay. Third thing, we should have a proficient English skills. Fourth thing, our age should be less than 45 years. If we are matching this criteria, then we can think that yes, we are good to go to calculate the point. We are good to go to make our profile, to just see and to check whether we are eligible or not for proceeding further. Okay. And it's not only about this. We have a ranking system introduced by the Canadian government, that how can someone know whether they are eligible or not. So basically, this factor is known as the 6 selection factors, Federal Skilled Worker Program for Express Entry. We use selection factor to help and to assess your profile. The selection factors is consisting of overall 100. If you get 67 points or higher than that, then you will be qualifying for the Federal Skilled Worker Program. If you score than 67 points, it means you need to improve something. Either you need to get another education, either you need to get an offer letter from a Canadian employer, either you need to improve your language skills, anything that you can do to increase your points. Okay. So basically, what are the basic factors on which your points gonna be decided? As we previously discussed, it would be your age, your education, your work experience, your language skills. Rest of the points come into the arranged employment and the adaptability. Okay. So this will be the points. Now language skills. So basically for language skills, there are maximum 28 points. Why 28? If a person is bilingual, if a person has the efficiency of both of the things, English as well as French, so the points calculation will be come through the 28 points, where 4 points will be gonna given for the secondary language and 24 points will be given for a primary language. Okay. Now the second thing is how we will signify that how many points we will get and how you will be able to know. So basically, there are some kind of language tests which you need to go through. So for French, there are the TEF and the TCF. For English, there are the IELTS General, CELPIP. Right nowadays, Pearson test of English is also accepted. And then the benchmarking needs to be done in the levels of CLB or NCLC. Okay. So basically, CLB and NCLC is something which will be considered on the based on your scores. Okay. Now, what are the scores that you need to have? So basically, if we talk about the highest and the topmost score, then CLB 9 or higher you need to score, in which you need to get an 8 in reading, 8 in listening, and then 7 in reading, writing, and speaking. So you will get 6 points for each of them. You can get the CLB 8 as well, then you will get 5 points for each of them. So this is how this works, okay? And secondary official language, maximum 4 points. Let's come to education. For education, maximum 25 points are there. If a person is PhD holder, it will be 25. If a person is master's degree holder, it will be 23. If you are dual degree holder, yeah, you have a 3 years bachelor degree and any 1 year of other education as well, you'll get 22 points. For bachelor's only, you'll get 21 points. For 3-year diploma, you will also get 21 points. And for 2 years diploma, you will get 19 points, okay? For work experience, you will get maximum 15 points, okay? And then your work experience needs to be a full-time work experience. It needs to be paid. It can't be unpaid, okay? And then you need to know about your tier category as well, that what kind of category you are falling into, okay? So basically, if you are having 1 year of full experience, it would be 9 points. 2 to 3 years of experience, it would be 11 points. If you have 4 to 5 years of experience, it would be 13 points. 6 or more experience, it would be 15 points. You're going to need to know about, let me explain you one thing. In Canada, PR, the very crucial factor on which your PR matters a lot is your age, okay? So if you are under 18, you'll get 0 points. If you are 18 to 35, you'll get 12 points. But the day you will reach to 36, you can see in the table, the points are decreasing as like anything else. The age is increasing on the very right side, okay? And the points are decreasing. So if your age is increasing, your points for age will be decreased and it will become difficult to get the Canada PR. It will not become impossible, but it will become a little bit tricky and it will become a little bit difficult, okay? Arranged employment in Canada, if you have a valid job offer letter through any employer, then you can use that job offer letter points for the 10 points. And adaptability, you will basically get maximum 10 points for adaptability. If you are married and your spouse is also giving the examination, then you will get 5 points. If you have any past studies in Canada, you'll get 5 points. If you have any spouse or partner's past studies in Canada, you'll get 5 points. If you have past work in Canada, so 10 points. So like this, you will get, okay? And for relatives, you will only get the points if you have any blood relative in Canada. It should be yours from paternal side or maternal side, but it needs to be a blood relative. Only province in Canada which accepts a friend sponsorship or a relative sponsorship is Manitoba. Okay, so Manitoba is the single province where you can use the friend sponsorship. Now, if any one of you wants to calculate this 67 points, I would like to request you that please raise your hand, okay? Or you can just put up your skills, like you can put up your age, your education, your experience. And in case if you haven't given the language test, then we can take the 24 points. If anyone has given the language test, then they can put up their scores as well. And our panelists will help you to just calculate the points accordingly, okay? So this was the first point system, which makes you eligible, which makes you qualified for the PR. Now, what about the point system on which you will get the ITA, the invitation letter to apply, which gives you the PR, okay? So that system is known as the CRS calculator, okay? CRS is for calculator. Using this CRS calculator, you need to calculate your CRS rank. So this CRS ranking decides how soon you will get the PR, from where you will get the PR, and what will be your ranking. So this tool is the CRS tool. The CRS system is consist of 1200 points. Again, 600 points will gonna calculate on your factors like your age, your eligibility, your education, your work experience, and then the 600 points will be given to you once you will get the provincial nomination. Okay, if any province chooses you. Let me just calculate this for me. After this, you can calculate this for US. So it will be asking you about your marital status. Okay, then it will be asking you about your age. Second thing, it will be asking about your education. Okay, here you will be able to see one more certificates option as well. And have you earned a Canadian degree? No. Official languages? Yes. Which test you have given? IELTS. Speaking 7, listening 8, reading 7, writing 7. Other language tests not applicable. In 10 years, how many work experience we have in Canada? None. Foreign work experience 3 or more? No. Valid job offer is no. Nomination certificate, no. I don't have any blood relative as well. Let me calculate my score. So it will be coming like 469. This is a very good score. Okay. But we need to remember that if any of these factors changes, okay, like if I do this, the bachelor's degree instead of a master's, and then I'm calculating my score, then it will get reduced to 429, which means having a higher education also benefits us. Having a less IELTS score will also affect this. Having a higher IELTS score will also affect the points. So this is how the points calculation needs to be done. So initially, you need to keep up the criteria for 67 points. Once clearing the 67 points criteria, you can come up with the CRS ranking score. Now a question is there, someone would be having in the mind that I'm not getting 67 points. So what is the option for that? Will I be never be eligible for that? No. There is a province in Canada which is known as the Saskatchewan, and that Saskatchewan point system is different and it's totally distinguished from the express entry. So that province has itself points calculator, which is a 60 points calculator. And if you are in a higher age, you have only a bachelor's degree, but your work experience is very great. You have more than 8 to 9 years of work experience. You can apply there as well. Okay. But this is something which we can't discuss in this webinar. Otherwise, it will be a detailed session. So for right now, these are the two important factors. You need to get 67 points, and your CRS score, you need to know that how much CRS score you are having, because each and every draw that happens, they have different CRS ranking. Like Alberta is releasing a draw, so the CRS cutoff is going more than 350. Ontario is releasing the draw, so the cutoff is going more than 440. So that's why we should always know about our CRS score. Okay. Now, what are the steps? Okay, we got to know that we need to apply. Okay. So what are the steps? Are you eligible? This will show you the eligibility criteria as well. So the very first thing that we should know, after knowing that we are eligible, we need to get the educational credential assessment done. We need to verify the education which has not been completed from the Canada, so that the Canadian bodies can verify that education and we can get a stability for our education, that yes, what is the equivalency that education is having? Is it equivalent to the graduation in Canada? Is it equivalent to the masters in Canada? Is it equivalent to any other education level in Canada? Second thing, you need to know about your language test. You need to do very well in your language examinations. Okay. Third thing, you should be able to know about your occupation code. So this is something where you should be working. Let me explain you about the tier code as well. So the code that we are using for finding your tier codes, what is that? So basically tier code is a code. Okay. Tier means your training, your education, your skills, everything it will be including. Your education, your experiences, your skills. And that is the reason it consisted of the tier. Okay. So basically the occupation classification code now has based on the training, education, experience, and responsibilities. Okay. So there are 5 kind of categories we can say. Tier 0, which includes the management occupations. Tier 1, which includes a university degree, means for working under that, they need to have a university degree. Tier 2, which requires a diploma. Tier 3, that requires a apparent apprenticeship or on-job training. Then tier 4 and 5. So tier 3, 4, and 5, we can't consider it for the PR. Okay. Basically, tier 4 and 5, so we can never consider. Okay. Because these are the trades occupation as well. So we should always be very careful that while choosing the tier code, we should be choosing it into the categories which are eligible for the PR. How you will choose the tier code? This is the website. We need to go there. Okay. And then from here, we'll be able to look out for that. Okay. Like I'll put something here. Okay. Related to the sales. So see, every tier code related to the sales will come over here. Okay. And then we need to match the job duties of that course with the job duties that we are following. Okay. So we need to see the profiles, example titles, the main job duties, the employer requirements. Then we need to finalize it. Okay. Now we have everything with us. We have the educational assessment done. We have the language test as well. We have finalized the tier code. Now it is the time to launch the express entry profile and to submit the PNPs as well. One more thing that needs to be remembered while submitting the express entry profile is the proof of funds. Once you will get an invitation letter to apply in any of the draw, whether it's PNP or express entry, you need to show the savings amount. Okay. And what would be that savings amount? There is a proof of funds, and that proof of fund is set by the Canadian government as per the family members. Okay. And that needs to be your savings. It can't be like your equity on something, but it needs to be highly your savings only. Okay. And this is the amount that for one candidate, the person needs to put 13,310 Canadian dollars. For two people, it needs to be 16,570. For three, it needs to be 20,371. Okay, and they have mentioned as well that what we accept as a proof. So they will accept the letters from the banks or financial institutions. Okay, FDs, RDs, any government bonds, any government policies, debentures, treasury bills, banker draft checks, money order, traveler checks. Okay, so this is also necessary. Now, there are many things that how you will be able to get to know what are the demands for your profile, whether the salary is good or not. So Canadian government has their own job bank where there are a lot of openings, and using that job bank, you will be able to know about the demand of your profile. Like Ontario is famous for the tech professions demand, IT. British Columbia is also for the tech, while Alberta is for the sales professional. Okay. Nova Scotia is for nurses. So like this, you will be able to get to know that what is the demand of your occupation. Okay. Manufacturing. Okay. It depends in which sector you are doing the manufacturing jobs. Okay. So let's start the Q&A session, because once I'll take 10 to 15 minutes for having a discussion with you. Then we'll get back to the closing part of the webinar. We will be discussing that what are the things our company is offering to you. Okay. Let me show you the job trends in Canada as well. This is the job trend. That these are the salaries. These are some highly demanded occupation in Canada. Okay. So I would like to request all of the participants who would like to connect with me, who are having any query, please raise your hand. I'll give you the permission to talk to me, and then we can have a one-to-one doubt session. Okay. I'm coming to Shruti first.
Yeah. Actually, my husband is in Canada
Okay.
and he's working for an IT software tester.
Okay.
And his work permit, it's like a closed work permit and it's valid till 2025. So, like, is there any job scope for him? Like, he's working in IT.
Okay. Yes,
And
he is already in Canada, right?
yeah, he's already in Canada, and in December it will be a year.
Okay. In December, he will be here. So you can check before the work permit will get expired. He can connect with a new employer over there, and then can just take the work permit extension over there.
Okay, like the same company will be providing the extension.
You can search a job with other company as well, because right now the visa is valid. So the company just need to release the offer letter. And once the company will release the offer letter, then you can extend the visa. Okay.
Okay, fine. So like, and one more thing, like I'm right now doing an ECCED course, which is internationally valid.
Okay.
So like, is there any scope for ECCED also there, like early childhood care and education?
Even if you right now want to just accompany your husband, you can also go there on open work permit, and you can also do the job in which sector you want to do.
Okay, and then if I get a valid work permit, I can also apply for a PR, like if I'm the main applicant.
Even right now, for applying a PR, you don't need any kind of other thing. If you are qualifying through the point system, you can apply for that straightforwardly.
Okay, and what is the IELTS score like we need to like get for all like we?
The suggested IELTS score is 8,777. You should have a 8 in listening, 7 in reading, writing, and speaking. We
Okay.
have the trainers which are very well equipped. But in case if you are not able to get it, unfortunately, there are the PNP programs option as well that you can connect with our team in the detailed counseling session. Just fill the form and they're gonna connect with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Samala.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, please. How may I help you?
Hello, good evening. I just wanted to know, I'm a become computers graduate and with 3 years or 3+ years of work experience. Actually, I'm an analyst at the moment. Is there any chances that I could get PR in Canada?
Will get the Canada PR. It will be a provincial nomination program, not the Canadian central government program. It would not be express entry. It would be a PNP. Okay. But yes,
So,
the 3 years
so
of work experience with the
yeah,
best facilities, you are eligible for the PR.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you actually. So I'm a little muffled. Could you please repeat it?
I'm saying, Samala, that you are eligible for PR and you will be able to get it through the PNP program. So the provincial
Okay.
nomination program.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That's it.
All right. Okay. I don't know the name because the name that has been appearing on my screen is Xiaomi 220. So I would like to request you please introduce yourself and please ask your query. I think you are not here. Okay. Mr. Venkatesh Rao, will you please just ask your query? Mr. Venkatesh Rao, are you there? Okay. Now I don't think that other people are having any kind of query or any kind of the questions because no one has raised the hand. The persons who raised the hand, I have sorted their query. So let's move forward.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Venkatesh.
I would like to know that I am actually working in the sale department
Okay, and may I know
last
exact
15 years.
having?
Sorry,
What is the exit designation you are having?
I am a team leader.
You are a team leader.
Yeah, I am a team leader at Mumbai International Airport, duty free.
That's great. That's great.
So I am 43 years old.
Okay.
So what is the process? How to apply that for
That
Canada?
best option for you is the Saskatchewan PNP program.
PNP program?
Yeah, because for express entry, the cutoff is a little bit higher. And age you are in, we are already late on the points of age because you are 43. So I'll suggest you to apply as soon as you can and complete the procedures so that you will be able to get the IT on time.
Okay, I will apply in PNP, right?
Yeah. And that is
Sure.
please Saskatchewan.
I have to go for IELTS exam also.
Yes, you need to go for that as well.
Okay. So IELTS exam who will be provided? I have to go personally or I have to
See, there are
do
three
some classes?
nation IELTS General, self-pep, and by the year end we will also get to know about the PTE results as well. That what is the score for PTE is required. So you can do any kind of examinations. It is a computer based as well as a pen and paper based. It depends on you which mode you are comfortable.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Thank you, Mr. Venkatesh. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to the basically what our company will be providing you. The basic thing that we need is the IELTS examination, is the ECA to help you out with the other documents which are required. So the first thing, our company is equipped with a very well trained set of the trainers. The trainers would gonna train you regarding any of the examinations in which you are interested to take, even French examinations as well. So the trainers will gonna teach you and you will be able to get the desired score, which will be able to help you to get your PR. Second thing, in our organization, it will not only be the case manager that you will get. It will be a relationship manager as well for handling the communication part so that two people will be there actively working on your design. Okay, Vishesh, you have BTech ECE. Two 2.5 years company experience in different career lines. Overall experience is 4.5 with gap. 30 years old. Vishesh, we will consider your 2.5-year experience. We will not consider your 4.5 years right now because there is a gap. Unless I'm not able to see your proper detailed resume, I'll not be able to give you any kind of commitment. But with the 2.5 years of experience, with the BTech, with the 30 years old, are you married? Okay. And will your spouse be also giving the IELTS examination with you? Okay. Then you are eligible for the Canada PR. Okay. And for knowing that what is the exact experience, we can calculate whether you will get. Yeah, that's great. If she can target around 7, then if she is working as well, she is also a graduate degree holder, you can have 2 separate profiles. That will be a very great thing for you. Please fill up the form. Our counselors and our immigration experts will get connected with you. The form, I request the host and the panelists to please share the counseling form in the group again. Some people who joined the late webinar, they are not able to get the form. We have our offices in Delhi, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Mumbai. Okay. So if anyone who wants to meet up in the office personally, who wants to get the doubts sorted over there and who wants to get in-person counseling, they are most welcome. Plus, if you are visiting our office and you are trying to get enrolled on the same day, then you will be getting an extra 10% discount on our services. And right now, we have the Navratris and the Ramzans offer going on. So definitely, they will be having a great offer and great packages for all of the programs. Okay. So I think this was all about the Canada PR, which you should know. Okay. And I would like to request again all of you to please fill up the form, the query form and the counseling form, so that the team will gonna connect with you. Soumya, I would like to request you to please hand over the thank note, and then we will gonna good to end the webinar. Handing over to you, Soumya.
Thank you so much, Afreen, for giving us the good knowledge about the PR process. I would like to thank each one of you who has given us your precious time from the busy schedules. I hope this webinar has helped you to plan your future. Kindly register yourself for the detailed counseling. Have a good night.